and please join me in welcoming Jean Armstrong.
Thank you. Is that good?
Yeah, and you can open it however you
Great.
want.
So honestly, I thought of starting this story with this line before he got on. As a speech pathologist, people seek my services out and see me as an agent of change. And it so happened a few years back that I got this phone call from someone that requested a voice evaluation. And typically when someone calls me for a voice evaluation, I can hear it in their voice, or I can hear it in their voice, or whatever. It's something in their voice that they want to change, or a doctor has told them they need to change. But I wasn't hearing it. And when I asked the man his purpose for the voice evaluation, he got quiet and he said, "I will tell you when I meet with you." Now, if I had been in a, spanky, clean clinic setting with a lot of other people, that really wouldn't be a big deal. But I've been in private practice for many years, and my office space is very subdued, and it's in my home. So I thought about it, but although I wasn't hearing what his voice quality issue was, there was something in his voice that told me that there was an intensity about meeting with me. There was a level of importance that he held very dear. And so I just trusted that it would be fine. I gave him the directions. We made the appointment. So when he came to see me, we exchanged some information, and then eventually, I needed to know why I was seeing him and what he wanted to get out of this evaluation. And that's when he told me that he was soon retiring from his job at Unum, and for retirement, he wanted to become a woman. Now, this guy did not fit any stereotypic preconceived notion of someone that would want to change their gender. As a man, he had no sense of style, and it was just hard to picture him as a woman. Yes, I did think that when we discussed this. And, but we did the evaluation, and we agreed that he would come and work with me for feminization of voice. Well, as I worked with Bob, it became clear that he had little experience in trying this out. He had, well, as it turned out, when I asked him, is this something, you do? Because he kept coming to feminize his voice, but appearing as Bob, this middle-aged, kind of dumpy-looking, sorry, Bob, guy, and it was hard to sometimes make the link between giving him a female-sounding voice. Well, he admitted he'd only dressed as a woman once, and that it was in Provincetown when he had taken another voice class. So I suggested, look, if you're comfortable with it, maybe this could be a safe place for you to start making that transition. But just give me a phone call when you do and let me know. Well, therapies were scheduled back to back, and my office didn't require that they came right into my living space, but they did have to come up to the second floor. And right before him, I always saw this little autistic boy. It was very sweet, but I spent a lot of time on the floor just trying to get him to connect. And I would see his beautiful butterfly eyelashes look down, and he would not be really tuned in. And you'd ask him a question, and he would you'd ask him a question that might have a response to where, and he might say puzzle. It wasn't the type of response you'd expect. And we were working a lot on just looking at the speakers a little bit. So he paid no particular notice to Bob as they went up and down the stairs, or to really most people, any more than objects. So I got the phone call from Bob, and he said that he was going to come as a woman that time. And so Mac gets done with his therapy, and his parents are taking him down the stairs, and there's Bob at the bottom of the stairs. And, you know, Bob hadn't told me when he wanted to be called, and so I started to say, "Oh, hi, Bob," and Bobby. And Bob came up, and, you know, I have to say, he looked a lot like Dustin Hoffman in Tootsie. It was kind of obvious and not really, it was his first attempt. And so Bob came up those stairs, and Mac went down those stairs, and Mac looked at Bob, and then he looked right up into Bob's eyes, and he gave him this sustained eye contact. And Bob gave him a smile back. And that was a really nice change that I got to witness that day.